Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I am going to be making some homemade bagels. So if this is a video you are wanting to see, then go ahead and stick around. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is grab our water. Now, if you're doing it in grams, you're gonna want 473 grams of water. You are going to want to boil this water until it reaches 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So I did put it in a pan, and as you can see, I am checking to make sure of the temperature, which it was a little too hot, so I put it into a glass bowl and I am going to let it cool in said glass bowl. Next, in your stand mixer bowl, you want 14 grams of active yeast, Once you put the yeast in, you want your flour. And again, if you're doing it in grams, that is going to be 850 grams of flour. We are not trying to be here all day, so I didn't show all of it. Now, I did not show putting in all of the flour, but as you can see, I put it all in and now I have it on my mixer for low, just to kind of mix and combine the yeast and the flour. Now we are going to check the water. It is at a good temperature at 115, so I'm going to start adding the olive oil, which is 23 grams of olive oil, and the 14.5 grams of sugar. once you have the oil and sugar mixture together and your yeast and flour are combined, you are going to pour the water, oil, and sugar mixture right into the bowl with the yeast and flour, and then you are going to mix it. Once all this is combined, you are going to start adding in your 17 grams of salt and let that work for about 6-ish minutes. Once you have your dough combined after the 6 minutes, you're going to shut off your mixer and you're going to just touch the dough ever so gently just to see if you get a little bounce back from it. And then you're going to oil up a different bowl and you are going to let the dough sit in that bowl for at least 30 minutes, up to 90 minutes, or whenever it has doubled in size. Don't forget to cover it with saran wrap to help it out. Now you are going to see that I am starting the process of forming the bagels. I took the time to measure out 85 grams of dough. You can do less than that, or I believe the recipe says 100 grams, but I did 85 as that seems to be a good size for what we want. You will also see that I am adding in some blueberries to some of them, and I am also adding in some cinnamon to others. So I did end up with 6 blueberry ones, 6 cinnamon ones, and 4 original ones. I also did not record me forming all of the dough. However, I did do 3 of each kind, and again, I don't want to keep you guys here forever, so I sped up the dough making process, or dough forming process, sorry, as much as possible without it being too fast. So hopefully it is not too fast. You can let me know in the comments if it is, and next time I do a recipe, I can slow down that process. As you can see in the frame, there is one blueberry one that got a little bit too many blueberries for the size of the bagel that we needed. I think I put 7 in that one, and I should have stuck to about 5. Now with the cinnamon one, I did pour the cinnamon on top of the dough when I was getting ready to form them. However, I also put some cinnamon on top right before I was getting ready to bake them. You will see that a little later. And when we tasted them, we felt like it could have used a little more cinnamon. So if you do make cinnamon bagels, I recommend you just use your best judgment. Since original was the last of the ones I did, I ended up with only one of them being 45 grams, and that is just because that is what I had left of the dough. It still cooked fine in the temperature when I put them all in together. At this point, I'm using the saran wrap to cover and let the dough rise for another 10 minutes. When allowing the rising of the dough, you could also use a towel or paper towels or really whatever you have. Now we are moving on to a boiling process, and what you need to do is get 8 cups of water to a boil, and then you're going to place your bagels in and let it sit for 30 seconds. Flip them and then let them go another 30 seconds. Take those ones out, put your other ones in, and repeat the process. Again, I didn't want to keep everyone here forever, so I did speed this process up as well. If it's too fast, just let me know, and I will work on that for next time. Just a few things to note. I would make this when you guys had the time to sit and dedicate the time to it. I was able to do laundry and some other housework while this was going on, but I highly recommend you planning at least a day, um, just to kind of get the groove of how this goes, and then you'll know better how long it's going to take you. But at least try to make them on a day that you know you are going to be home and have nothing really to do. Once you have these all boiled, you can make an egg wash. You will see that I did not do that, but you can make an egg wash and top it with anything you want, such as cheese or seasonings, or like I did cinnamon, but you can top it with what you would like, and then you're going to place it in your oven at 425 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes, just depending on your oven. I personally did 25 minutes, and this is how they came out. Alright guys, and that is how you make them. Just a few little notes though. I did make these once before, and though we liked them, I sort of felt the more I was eating them, the more I felt like I was missing something. I'm not sure what. But I did feel like it was missing something, and it could just be that I was used to the store-bought ones. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Um, but I also this time around did add some blueberries into a few of them, as that was a request from one of my family members. And then I also decided to add some cinnamon into it, like a cinnamon sugar, just to kind of see what that would be like. But if you try this recipe, go ahead, comment below, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys next time. I want to take a moment and thank the lady who took the time to post her recipe. It is greatly appreciated. And go ahead, check out the description box because that is where I will have the recipe.